Hello, and welcome to Scribble on the Wall Players Football Manager. This is going to be a new series where I am going to play through from the bottom of a league, try and get the team all the way to the top of the country's division, and also maybe into the Champions League, depending on how well we can get through it. I'm going to start with creating my character manager person, Sir Scribbles. Um, Preferred formation 4-4-2. Just going to go on to the appearance. Happy with that. And confirm. The team I've chosen to manage is Edinburgh City. Very bottom division of the Scottish leagues. I know a bit about them where I've played with them in previous games before, so I quite like the team. I think that it'd be quite a fun team to play to try and get up to the Premier Division of Scottish football, playing people like Celtic and Rangers. Yeah, and what it's going to be is a building. I'm going to try and build up the youth, try and get ready for the harder challenge in the next couple of seasons. I'm not sure if I'll get promoted this first season, but I'm at least going to try and build a squad that will be ready to be promoted next season. So, yeah, I'm just going to do probably 15-20 minute videos building up through the season and seeing how we go. So yeah, I'd love any feedback as I'm going through. Any players that you think are worth a shot, let me know. So let me get started. Yeah, we don't need to look at all that. So the suggested team here, I know that Henderson, the striker, he is a pretty good goal getter. So we've already got a fairly good striker up on there. Harris is quite a good winger. Thompson, the right back, is good at free kicks and penalties, so he's a good guy to have on there. So yeah, overall, it's a good base to start with. But I obviously want to build up. I think Sinclair's fairly solid as well. I want another striker. I want a few defenders to build up the defense. And yeah, we'll get moving. So they want by the end of the season for us to reach the playoffs, this league. So that's doable, but we'll see. And the other competitions are probably not going to happen, so we'll just see what happens with them. The Betfred Cup, it's basically start of the season before the actual league season starts. 4 teams in a group. You have one from the Premier, one from the Championship, one from League One, one from League Two. Usually there might be 2 from League Two or something like that. So we're the very bottom of the pack there. I'm not expecting to even get a win really, but if we can be competitive, that would be good. Yeah. So yeah, here we are. I'm just gonna apply all the recommended action for now. I don't need to worry about contracts right now. Just skipped past that. So I'm going to go wing play and 4-4-2. It's just for lower league, I think that works the best for the teams. Skip through all this. My goodness, there's a lot of stuff that they put in there, isn't there? So I'm just going to quickly go on here. In possession, we want to work the ball into the box. We want to dribble less and be more disciplined. And I think that's probably good enough for in position. In transition, we want to counter, and then we want to regroup once it's been lost, so we drop back. And I'm going to go with take short kicks, play it out from the defence. With lower league, this can either go really well or really badly, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Out of possession, we're going to stay on our feet and use tight marking. Perfect. So that's all good. The team's already been put for us for what's the best. Personally, I thought Callum Antel was the better keeper, but this guy looks pretty good, Kelby Mason. So, well, I say pretty good. He's not that great, but for a lower league side, he's okay. There's no players in the subs who I will be bringing forward at the moment. So, like I said, I'm not a massive fan of Scott Shepherd, so he will be probably moved back, and I'll be looking to bring someone in. Conrad Balatoni, he's good. I just have a feeling he won't want to hang around because he's a 28-year-old good defender who probably could perform in the league above us or not, or in a team which is in our league with better standing. So I imagine he will probably want to leave. So I want to get some young people in just in case he does move along. Like I said, Craig Thompson, he's quite good at free kicks and penalties, so he's always handy to have on, but he is 28. He's not old, but he's getting there. He might start to show signs of slowing down in the next couple of seasons, so maybe a right back to be looking for a youngster. The thing I'm going to do now, that's what I always do when doing a lower league side, let's have a look at defenders with good tackling. So we have Alex Garcia, a 19-year-old Spanish centre-back with good tackling. Other stats are okay, not great, but he's 19, so he could improve. So I'll give him a scout. I'm just going to drop it down by one, see if there's anyone else. Ryan Hogan. Overall stats I'm not crazy about, and he is 21, so he hasn't got that sort of progression area, so I'm going to give him a miss. I'll give Jamie Keown a scout. He might be a handy midfielder to have on deck. Okay, we've got some more here. Just having a quick look through. We want to look at the younger ones. Daniel Martins. Oh, all ones. His stats are pretty shocking. I'm not even going to scout him. I think he might be a no-go there. Okay, so defenders wise, I mean, 20-year-old Northern Irish, I'll give him a scout. 36-year-old, he's not going to be much good for us. See, we don't have a lot in a wage budget. I might have to, when we get a chance, change that down so I have actual money to play with. Or if a transfer offer comes in for someone and they aren't needed, then probably going to have to look at selling them. There are a few which I know I won't get rid of, but we'll just have to see. A 19-year-old with 15 finishing. I'll give him a scout. See if he's any good. Put it down one, just see if there's anyone else. Good striker. This is a good sign that there's some young Scottish strikers with quite good finishing. Next thing I will look for is passing. We want a good playmaker. 19-year-old, good passing, good technique. He actually looks fairly decent. Who wants him though? Quite a few clubs around us, so that might be a bit of a challenge. I'll accept their current vision. I don't have any problems with that. I don't want to cause too much fuss. We will continue and see what happens with the contract set to expire in a year. That's fine. I'll delay the decision. Don't need to do much with them. Okay, Alex Garcia, he is going to be a good signing from the looks of it. Scouts are liking him. Yeah, I'll sign him as a hot prospect. Share part-time, 150. I might just drop it down. Oh, he wants 150. We'll go for 150. Jamie McKernan, no. Code of conduct. Having a look. Sure. Don't want to be too harsh on them, but want to make sure that they don't dive into challenges or anything like that too recklessly all the time, so I like to make sure that there is something in there. Let's have a look at our team report. We have no wage balance, lack depth in goal, need a better right back. I don't know, Thompson's quite good, but I suppose we don't have a replacement. Centre back, I've just signed one, hopefully, if he signs, so that would be good. Lack anticipation. Questionable decision making. Okay. Wonderful. So, overall, quite a few things that we need to work on. Thinking about that, I will also look see if there's any good free kick takers on the free list. You never know, and it's always handy to have someone who can whip a good free kick in. 34. I mean, he's usually a bit older than I like bringing in. He will also probably need a little bit more money for the old wages if he's at that sort of age. So we have a midfielder with 13 free kick taking. I'll give him a scout. 29-year-old defender. Interesting. I'll give him a scout as well. He might be able to work with Garcia, the other Spanish person, so they've got two Spanish people. Make them both feel comfortable. I can now adjust the budget. So I'm going to take it down to pretty much nearly nothing. And we've got a little bit of money and not a lot. Just quickly take the induction for this. Backroom staff will handle training. I don't want to worry about that in this playthrough. Khan McDowell he's looking okay actually. Left back. Let's just see where he fits. Ooh, susceptible to injuries. I usually steer clear of people who are susceptible to injuries. He's also quite a bit down the list of players who are good in left back. I've got 3 decent left backs in Callum Crane, Robbie McIntyre and Liam Henderson, so I will steer clear of him actually, especially if he might get injured a lot. And his stamina is low, that's not a good sign. Scott Thompson, he looks like he's a no. Yeah, he's not going to be any good, is he? So, take the induction here. I've already done all these inductions plenty of times, so I know all about it. Yeah, I won't send him on any assignments so far. John Smith is looking a little bit better. Oh, he doesn't have good physical strength, and he is susceptible to injuries, and he is well down the pecking order. So I'm afraid John Smith is a no-go. John Cunningham, 21-year-old, stuck into rough challenges and is selfish, and is even further down the list. He is quite cheap. I don't think that's a good thing though, so I will move on from him as well. Perfect. We've got our first signing, Garcia. So I'll confirm that. Wonderful. Everyone seems happy about it as well. Pleased to sign a player of this caliber. He's going in my reserve team. Actually, talking about that, I will just check our reserves. Who have we got here? We have got an attacking midfielder. I mean, if I wanted to, I could bring the striker back, have an attacking midfielder, one striker, but that leaves the striker very alone. So I think he's going to stay in the reserves for now. I've got a 33-year-old Mark Laird. He is transfer listed. Looks like there's not a lot of interest. I will add him to the unwanted list. Kyle Pryor. So he was the one who was a good passer of the ball. He needs to work on his dribbling. That's not a problem. Must be more consistent. Overall, he's young and he's already quite high up on our list of midfielders. I think he would be worth a punt. So I'm going to approach sign him as a hot prospect as well. Oh, he wants a fair bit. Well, let me just make it non-negotiable. There you go. I knew you'd see reason eventually. He might not join us if anyone else is interested. This guy also looks quite interesting. It's a centre mid. Can't head the ball and dreads big matches, which is pretty much every match we've got is a big match at the moment. I originally wanted him for free kick taking, but I don't know if he's worth it. I'll keep an eye on him. Jesus Garcia tenor is not worth it. From the looks of it, he's not even as good as the other Spaniard who's quite young. So Alex Garcia looks like a better option anyway, so that's good for us. Take the induction. There we go. So just continue this. First game against Glenrothes. So I'll go to team selection. Let's just see where everyone's playing. I'm going to put them in their more preferred positions and see how they play that. Harris in hard handling. Not that comfortable on the wing, are they? No nonsense fullback. 2 centre backs are doing fine, and then fullback attack for Crane. And then what I'll do is at half time, I'll see we don't even have enough players to fill up the bench. What I will do is I'm going to bring Alex Garcia forward, and he can be an option for if we do need anyone on. We've got Alan Smith, but he isn't looking that fantastic really. Grant Savory, who's on loan from Celtic. Why is he in my reserves then? We'll move him forward to the senior squad and see if he's any good. And then we will change it back over and pop these guys on as subs and give them a little chance to play. Save the game. And we're ready to play. Perfect. So this game isn't really important about the result. This is just to see who plays well, who doesn't, and to get an idea of the team. So hopefully they will play okay against a team which looks like isn't up to our standard at least. So yeah, at the moment not a lot is happening. I'll make the changes there. Encourage them to play more short passing. Wow. Not a lot is happening in this game, is it? I'd like at least one highlight. There we go. So they're playing it forward, but we've headed it clear. Harris absolutely hoofs it out. Henderson, like I said, look, he's one of them players which can just mix things up, I think. So he's good to have up front. Shepherd just does nothing, and it's kicked out for a throw-in. There you go. What a highlight that was, hey? Improvement is needed in this team without a doubt. Where, I'm not so sure yet. What I will do though is I'm going to do a few changes now. I'm going to switch out the keeper, see how he plays for the second half. Bring in McIntyre as a left back. Bring in Brown as a centre mid attack. Bring in Garcia to replace Wilson. Give him his kind of debut, but caught on. And we've got Savory as well, so I will take him off. Henderson is probably the person who's likely to do the most, but I just want to see what other players in the team can do. So I'm going to take Sinclair off, put him as a support advanced playmaker. And I got Henderson, who I will bring on for Harris. No, I won't. Liam Henderson will stay on the bench for now, I guess. and then we'll start the second half and see what happens. I mean, this is how poor it is, really. We don't even have enough players to fill out the full bench of 12 people. So I'm going to have to bring some people in anyway, and I might have to offload maybe one of our better players in order to afford wages for some free players. Depends on how it goes. If we get any offers, then we'll see. Okay, so corner whipped in. Garcia back to Thompson. Thompson in, and no one's challenging for it. Holmes gets it. Oof. Rattles off the crossbar, and then cleared for a throw-in. That's more positive. There's positive movement, and I'm glad to see that they're actually trying something at the moment. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a boring game, isn't it? It's unfortunate. Okay, McCarthy has a free kick for Glenn Ross, but it's cleared up and Handling gets it through to Savoury. Savoury into Court. Court with the header and a goal. Wonderful first goal for the team. Looks like a fairly well worked piece, to be honest. I was quite happy with that. You've got Savoury holding up the ball, takes it into the box, then nice little header from Court. In, goal. Wonderful stuff. And I feel like that's probably going to be all she wrote for this game. It's not been the most energetic or exciting one, but last minute, McLeod K for Glenn Ross, back to Wilson. Wilson, Thompson, good clearance. Savoury now has a chance to run it down the wing. He's going to hold it up. Oh, he's passed him. Savoury, what's he going to do? Back? Oh, Brown, come on, clatters it against the defender. Terrible. Out for a throw-in. Whistle's going to blow. Probably nothing going to come from this, but McIntyre's going to throw it to Holmes. Holmes going to hold it up. Back to McIntyre. McIntyre's just holding it up. Back to Holmes. Back to McIntyre. Up. And out for a goal kick. I'm not impressed by McIntyre at the moment, but there we go. Bell takes the goal kick. Hardy, good control. He's taking it on, and why has Thompson not tackled Thompson there? But full-time whistle was gone, and we got the 1-0 win. I would have expected more, to be honest. We did have 13 shots in that game, so we were at least challenging, but we needed to do a lot better. We need to be a lot more positive, so I need to look at our attacking just overall. We've got one good option there, and I think we probably need a couple more who we can rely on. Johnny Court, though, did play well, and he might be someone that we can rely on a little bit, but he is not a decent player in any regard, so we have to make sure that we bring some people in this first transfer window, I think, mainly free people, or maybe some loans, depending on who we can get. Thank you for watching. I'm going to leave it there. If you have any suggestions, then please leave them in the comments. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you when I see you.